Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Greatness Game. Come on in. Hopefully, I am your lunchtime inspiration today. So grab some lunch, grab maybe a mimosa. I don't know. What is so good for you right now? What do you need? What does your soul need? What does your body need right now? So today on the Greatness Game, we are talking about small business owners. So if you are a business owner, really, all my tips I would give to anybody in business. But if you are a small business owner, I am going to have 4 extraordinary tips for you, greatness tips to get you in action around your recovery plan. So coming out of this powerful with a strategy, with clarity. So that is what today's Greatness Game is all about. If you have missed any episodes of these, I do these daily on my Facebook page. All of them are on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. So there's 22 of them, and every single one of them is dedicated to your mental toughness, your leadership, and your greatness games. It's all about helping you stay in a positive state, moving forward, that resiliency, and really, what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on smallness games or on greatness games? So I love being with you every single day and giving you a few tips to think about, to implement, because it's all about action. If we just keep talking about it, our life doesn't change. So it's all about action in your life. So today we are talking about 4 specific actions business owners can do for their recovery plan. So obviously there's not only 4, it's just these 4 are gonna help you. You could do today, tomorrow, and help you build that recovery plan that we all need at the end of this. So come on in, it's the Greatness Game, episode 23. I'm Dina Patton. I am author of the Greatness Game book, available on Amazon, and owner of the Greatness Training. I've been a business coach for 20 years. And one of my favorite things in the world is to empower people's greatness so that they live, lead, and love from their greatness. It is completely life-changing when you can access your greatness and you live from that place. You lead your business from that place. So that is what all my coaching is about, my book, my speeches, everything that I do, because I just love when people are powerful. And that is the essence of greatness. It's you in your power versus being disempowered, which we don't want. So today we are focusing on your future. As I always say in these episodes, your future needs you, your past doesn't, right? Your future needs you to show up. Your future needs a recovery plan. Your future needs greatness mindset. And so that is what today's episode is all about. Now, if you don't have a business, every single one of these can be applied in your own life, right? Apply it to your household, right? Your household it runs like a business, right? It has team, it has a budget, it has bills, it has income. So it's very much like a business. So if you don't have a business, still listen to these 4 tips, because I hope it will spur something in you that will inspire you, right? Inspire new action. Okay, first and foremost, as I always talk about, whether you want a money breakthrough, a leadership breakthrough, I don't care what breakthrough that you want, it all starts with a mindset breakthrough. So smallness mindset right now, it might be, if you're a business owner, like I'm broke, or I can't recover from this, or I don't know how, I don't know marketing well, or I can't recover from this, I don't have my team anymore. There's all kinds of really big excuses and really big reasons, whether they are true or not, right? There's still reasons. And so we have to be bigger than our biggest reason. And so it's all in mindset. It's all in mindset. So really the first action, and I'm going to try to be really succinct in this so this video isn't too long. So the first action really to get you, again, in that greatness mindset every day is a morning routine. Now, I have an hour morning routine that I do that keeps me very focused, very intentional in the day. And there's many things in that. And I actually did a post on it 2 weeks ago. But what I'm saying to you today is a simple 5-minute morning greatness routine. And this is the thing that I want to suggest is it's every morning for the next 30 days. And it is morning mindset, 5 minutes. So you want to do 2 things in this morning mindset. The first thing is you want to list 3 greatness mindset statements, right? Like, I will recover. I will learn how to do this, whatever the thing is that you need to learn right now, right? Or I will fail forward. I will try. I am catching up. Instead of saying I'm broke, I am catching up. I know it's just a reframe, but this is the thing. Your actions follow your mind. So if your mind is saying I'm broke, I can't, and all of those negative, it's all about being stopped. And then your actions are stopped and your results are stopped. Okay? So when your mind moves forward with that positive mindset, it's not just positive words, it's a mindset shift. I can recover. I will recover. I will put in a plan. I will lead my team. I will get my sales back. I'm working on learning this thing, right, that I need to learn right now. So positive mindset. So the first thing is list 3 greatness mindset statements that you need right now. Like right in that day, what are 3 of those positives that you need? And then the next thing is list 3 things that you are grateful for, that are positive, that are happening for you, that are good, that are blessings. There's a very big power in gratefulness. And so when you ground yourself every single morning in being grateful, it changes your whole day because it changes your outlook. So being grateful. So that is number 1, is keeping your mindset in that greatness, powerful place. Every single morning, holding yourself accountable for that morning mindset, 5 minutes, okay? The number 2 step is to create a 60-day plan from today for 60 days for your business. Now this is, don't get in your head about it being complicated or hard or long or like a 10-page business plan. I mean, I literally just wrote one out. Like, it can be simple in a notepad, like week 1 to week 8, right? Like, this is the game of that week. This is the game. 1 game per week that you can hold yourself accountable to. So a 60-day plan from today, 1 clear game per week. What is the game that you need to play that week in your business? Is it getting your team back together? Is it getting, doing all your numbers and your financials? That's the game. Financials are the game. Is it creating new marketing or creating new videos? Like, that's the game. This is what you want to be really careful of, is overwhelming yourself. The moment you start to go into overwhelm and you put 5 games in your week, your brain stops. So one of the biggest things as a mindset coach, as a business coach, I can tell you, especially with small business owners, is we can get very overwhelmed very quickly and then we get paralyzed, right? And it's all mindset. So when our mindset says, oh, there's 5 games in this week, I have to win these 5 games, it's so overwhelming. Choose 1 game. Now, I'm not saying that you only do 1 thing in that week. Like, maybe you have task lists and things that you're doing. But I'm talking about in your recovery plan, like 1 thing, 1 clear game a week that's going to help your business get in front of your customers, come out of this, think recovery, like, what do I need to do? What do I need to be in the next 60 days? So short-term baby wins. And this goes for anything. If you're losing weight, if you're getting out of debt, everybody will always tell you it's baby steps. It's 1 pound at a time. Or if you're getting out of debt, it's literally $1 at a time, right? So don't be afraid of baby steps. So that 1 powerful game per week that you're doing, 60-day game, 1 week, right, at a time. So that's number 2, short-term plan. So tip number 3 is team. Now, some people don't have a team. Maybe your team are your kids or your husband or a best friend or a mentor, or maybe you're in a group, right? Whether it's a small business group, it's a mastermind, it's a mom's group, whatever that is, There is power in this next step. The next step is this. If you have a team, even if you have 3 to 5 employees, probably 6 of my clients right now have 7 or less employees. The rest all have 50 to 60 employees, right? That is a major team that you've got to keep in action right now, right? But if you have a small team, what I'm suggesting is having a heart-to-heart open brainstorming session. This is the thing, creativity connects people. You want to connect with your team. So connecting with your team inside of creativity, open brainstorming session, what you're going to brainstorm about is a couple things. One, we are putting together a recovery plan. And how we're going to recover from this is from all of our ideas. So you want to open to them because they're going to think of things that you would never think of, right? They have brilliance that you haven't tapped into, and they want to be of value. So first and foremost, you're brainstorming recovery plans. So maybe you do this team meeting before your 60-day plan, your plan that I just said. All right, so heart-to-heart open brainstorming session and your brainstorming recovery plan. What do you guys think is the most important things that we need to be doing in the next 8 weeks, 10 weeks as we recover? 2, another question is, what is the narrative that we need to put out? What's the narrative that our brand needs to be putting out right now as we recover, right? It's different than the narrative that we've been in. As we recover, what is the narrative? What are we saying out in the world? In our newsletters, in our social media, in our videos, to our partners, to our vendors, all of that. So those are 2 things. And then 3, creativity. Tap into your team and ask them about creative ideas. What have we learned from this? How can we make our products or services better? Have a pure creativity, innovation brainstorming session. So your team is a huge asset, but unless you tap into that and you foster that and you create a platform for collaboration, it won't happen. It will not happen. So you've got to create, as the leader, you've got to create that forum. I mean, obviously it can be on Zoom, but you've got to create that platform and that forum for your team to contribute. Now, if you don't have a small business or a team, you could there's 2 suggestions. One, if you're a small business owner, but you don't have employees or a team, you could get some of your vendors together. You know what? Buy them. This is like simple things. Buy them all lunch. Literally have lunch delivered to them and then meet over lunch for an hour brainstorming session. You know, I mean, it's just a way to connect with your vendors. Maybe there are contractors that work for you. The second thing is, if you have no vendors, no employees, do it with your family. You know, same questions of how do we come out of this better? What have we learned? You know, what do we want on the other side of this? It's such a great creative conversation. Okay, step number 4 in specific greatness actions for business owners as we create our recovery plan. You know, whether I'm coaching a single business owner who literally has a team of 3 or someone who has a team of 500, for me, it's always about servant leadership, always about service, serving your inner circle, which is your employees and your contractors and the people who make your business go, serving them, and then serving your customers and listening to your employees, listening to your customers. So when you are a good listener, that's such a key piece of leadership, is listening. What do they need? What are they struggling with? What are their skill sets that I'm not tapping into that I can bring up? Because people feel so good when they use their gifts and their greatness and their skills, and it's useful and it's powerful. But some of us, as leaders, we can get so overwhelmed with small businesses that you just get in like task, winning, moving, and you're not, capturing the real brilliance of your team. So super important to, access the team, empower your team, nurture your team. So this fourth piece is really, of course, everyone's going to say, of course, I'm going to have a marketing plan. But this is the thing. You have to do your marketing plan with thoughtfulness, with this whole, we can't market as we were. So you've got to think through, how are your values going to show up on the other side of this? How is your leadership going to show up on the other side of this? How are your products and services going to change? Hence the branding and the marketing narrative going to change. So you can't just, plug and play all your old marketing and sales. I mean, maybe there's someone out there that can, but for the most part, people need to rethink and be mindful of your marketing plan coming out of this time. What are you selling? How are you serving with your products and services? And how have you changed it up to honor, people's now needs, right? People's needs have changed. And one of the biggest, keys of selling anything is listening to your customer. What do they need and how are we serving them with our products and services? And if you're not serving them, if you're not solving their problems or serving them, you're going to be out of business. So listening. So my suggestion is this is this is the fourth tip, as you create your marketing plan coming out of this, again, baby steps, because you don't want to get into that overwhelm, smallness, fear, paralyzing mindset. And especially marketing can do that to us. So I want you to choose 3 ways you're going to market after this. So it's maybe 3 platforms, like your newsletter, Instagram, and Facebook videos, or YouTube, Instagram, and blogging, whatever it is, how you are going to touch your target market. Choose 3 of those platforms. Maybe you had 8 before. I would coach you, I would suggest choose 3 to come out of the gate in a very clear, focused, compelling way, so that you don't come out, with 8 different platforms. And again, it's going to spin you out into craziness. So choose 3. So it's a 3x3 plan is what I call it. Choose 3 platforms and use them 3 times a week. So, it's a blog, it's a newsletter, it's a Facebook video, or it's a, Instagram, you're on Instagram a couple times, you do a YouTube video, and you do a newsletter 3 times. But when you get 3 platforms and you get really focused around your narrative and you really understand your customer and how to serve them, you're going to be so much more successful and effective in those 3 versus 8. Right? So, and maybe you go back to 8, later on, but again, this is just about right now. What can we focus on right now? Right now, you can focus on your mindset every single morning, holding yourself to that greatness mindset and that leader you need to be. Who do you need to be right now? 2, that short-term plan. So creating 1 game per week of what your business needs to do in the next 8 weeks to come bloom back into the world. 3 is get your team together, brainstorm, create, collaborate, love, and be loved. Like, it just should be a love session. I'm telling you, brilliance will come out of it if you do it well. And then 4th is your marketing plan, is 3x3 plan, is 3 platforms, 3 times a week, get clear in what you're saying. And it's not about selling, all of us need to get back to selling. All of us need to get back to revenue, but come at it from a service place. When you serve your customers really well, whatever you are selling will sell because you're serving so well. So service and servant leadership, number 1, that's the place to stand, is your servant leadership, out to serve your customers in great, great ways. And you pull up all those gifts, pull up all that greatness that you have and serve it really well. So those are my 4 tips to start your recovery plan. You do these 4 things, you will have completely different results if you didn't do them. Really, like, I mean, especially if you're in a place of being depleted, being disempowered, being derailed, if you are in a scary place, a paralyzed place, a fear-based place, you definitely need some kind of plan to get out of it. So I hope this helped. If you, I would love some comments around which one of these helped you most, because it always helps me to figure out what, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to what you need. And so I'm trying to focus my videos around what you need. And so many people have said, I need to get my head around a recovery plan and I don't know what even to start. So this is just a starting point for your recovery plan. So I'm so glad that you join me here on the Greatness Game. Please post any comments. If something like just resonated with you or inspired you, please post that in the comments. Post any questions. Post anything that you want me to talk about in the future. There's a couple things on my website. There is, if you go to dinapatton.com, if you are a small business owner, I should know the tab, but it's my far right tab. I think it's called Inspired. There's an 8-area quiz that you can take, and it's 8 areas of your business. And it's a very thoughtful way of thinking about your business and the 8 areas that need to be well-oiled and need to be moving. And if they're not, you're not going to be moving your train. So it's free. You don't have to put any email on. It's literally it'll take you 5 or 10 minutes to read through it. And it will show you what areas are well-oiled and ready to go and what areas that you need to really focus on and need some love and some help and some, getting that back up and running. So hopefully this helped your mental toughness, your leadership, your greatness games. I want you to live, love, and lead from your greatness because your future needs you. The world needs you. We all need each other. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the Greatness Game. Again, you can enjoy all the past episodes on my Facebook page or on YouTube. And then also I have free downloads. I will put the link below this and enjoy those. All right, you guys have a fabulous rest of your day and I will see you tomorrow.